What is up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to be doing a showcase on Gaston, so let's get straight into the video. So on my second account I actually pulled a 5-star Gaston, which I wish I had in my main account because I consider him as one of the best ranged guardians in the game. So we're just going to go over his abilities, starting first with his core ability, Thrill of the Hunt. So heavy attacks inflict a wound on Gaston's target, dealing 20% damage per second for 5 seconds. Whilst his target is inflicted with wound, Gaston gains 15% critical chance, and Gaston's critical chance purges 1 defense buff from his target if they are inflicted with wounds. Since this is great to have, make sure you inflict your target with wounds, so using heavy attacks is a great way to build up more damage. So moving on to his special ability, Gaston fires an arrow at his target which deals 300% damage on the hit. If Gaston's target is inflicted with wounds, he deals an additional 500% damage. So what you want to do is you want to heavy attack, inflict wound before you use your special ability. Now moving over to his signature ability, when Gaston damages an enemy below 30% health, he gains a 32% attack buff for 5 seconds. So this signature ability is like if you've ever played Marvel Contest and Champions and there's the Mastery Assassins range, so the lower they get, the more damage you're doing. So this is kind of like the signature ability here. So the lower your opponents are, the more Gaston's going to be doing in terms of damage. This is a great signature ability to have. It gains tons of attack. So moving on to his talents, so the first two we just have the basic ones, and basically the first one grants 6.5% attack at the start of the encounter. So this one's just a basic one, and the other basic one is grants focus, so 6.5%, and it scales up the more you level it up. Now moving on to his advanced talent, each time Gaston purges 1 defense buff from his target, he has a 25% chance to inflict a wound, dealing 10% damage per second for 5 seconds. Now this is really good to have, so make sure you level that one up. And his second one, each time Gaston defeats an enemy, he gains a 5% focus buff for the duration of the encounter, and it stacks up 5, so this goes up to 25% focus. This is great to have. Now moving on to his advanced talent, we have enemies close to Gaston receive a -10 defense debuff. So that's the advanced one, it scales up the more you go up. And then his elite talent, Gaston's signature ability has a 100% chance to root his target for 2 seconds. Now if you don't know what root is, it basically locks your opponent in place and stops them from moving. They can still like punch and do things, but they can't actually move, so this is great to have. So this guarantees a root for 2 seconds after using special, so the damage is going to be really good and they are locked in place, so it kind of minimises the risk. So this is really great to have. The elite talent is great and it just adds to his utility. So basically what you want to do is just use your heavy attack, get that wound on, and then just blast your special attacks, do more damage. The bleeds is going to be doing damage, and also roots them in place if you do have the elite talent unlocked. And obviously the more you upgrade these talents, the better he will be. So yeah, that's basically Gaston. What you want to do, you just want to heavy and use your special, and the damage is just going to be insane. So let's go straight into the gameplay right now. So for the first gameplay, as you can see, we are running Scrooge McDuck with Gaston. Now this is because of the damage. Scrooge McDuck is awesome for gaining the critical buffs and making Gaston do insane damage. So all we're doing here right now is just getting to the specials, building up the critical buffs, and as you can see, just throwing some specials and doing some great damage. So now what you want to do is you just want to go into the fight, just throw your heavy attacks, and that's about it. Get that wound on, wait for your special, and just blast your special attack and do some insane crit damage. As you can see, 3k damage, the opponent, the enemy is dead, and we're already on to the third fight in this quest. So currently I'm not running the Roots elite talent. This is just to showcase basically how to use him. He's just throwing his heavy attacks and just getting that wound. The bleed damage is doing some good amount of damage. So here we go, use your special, kill your opponents. We currently have 17 critical buffs on Gaston at the moment, so the damage is going to be really good, and the bleed damage is just going to stack up. And we're just going to use a special. We're going to get that damage in. Sometimes you don't crit for hard, sometimes you only do 1,000 damage, sometimes you do more, but you got to remember this is only a level 30 Gaston and all of the talents are not leveled up, so just remember he's going to be insane very soon. So this encounter is to showcase his root. So we're currently in the 1v1 showdown, and this is just a 1v1 versus Sully. and we're just going to show how the root works and how effective it is towards his utility. So basically what you want to do is just the same normal build up. Because it's a 1v1 fight, it's quite simple to build up, there's not much going on to distract you. You just want to throw your heavy attacks, get that wounded on, and then obviously you throw your special attack. He gains the root, and as you can see, for 2 seconds he is stuck in place and he cannot move. This is really good to get out of bad situations and to prevent your enemies from moving towards you and trying to deal some damage. So if the fight's nearly over and you're really low on health and it's just him left, say it's a 1v1 and it's just you versus Sully and your health is really low, this is really good to have. So this final fight is mainly to showcase his ranged abilities, so to show that he can stay away from his opponents and not get hit. And basically this is just a 1v1 again. This whole time we're just going to use our specials, use our heavies and just keep the enemy away. 2k damage on the special attack. We're just destroying this Mulan. She has no chance, we're just dancing around her. And overall, she just can't deal with the damage. So there we go. So basically overall Gaston is an incredible guardian to have. He's one of the best range. His access to the bleed, to the wounds, to his damage, to his root mechanics, it's very good and he's one of the best in the game. So if you do have him, make sure you level him up. Anyway, that is it for today's video. If you did like it, please leave a like and subscribe for more. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.